Hello and welcome to another Love is Dead replay cast with some pros here for you guys today. What do I got? I got Hannah Montana, who is on now Complexity Gaming, COL, and EG.Universe on the same team. He's going to be playing Shadow Fiend. Universe is a new addition to EG along with Bulba. I should probably get a cast on Bulba too, so maybe I'll look for that. I like watching Hannah Montana play. He was one of the first when I started playing, like maybe a couple, at the beginning of the year. I watched where he was with Fire, and he was playing really good with Mirana. He's going to be good with Earthshaker too, since I know that he's good at positioning the arrow with Mirana. And I saw him play, and I really enjoyed watching him. He was really fun to watch. I haven't seen him lately though. I haven't heard much about him lately, even though. Yeah, I just haven't seen him. So what do we got? We got a Shadow Fiend. Sorry. Let's step back here. We got Clinks, played by EG.CC. I see this person around. I don't know what EG is. I'm going to have to look that up. We got Hannah Montana. He's going to be playing Earthshaker. We got a Venomancer, and we got Vengeful Spirit maybe roaming a little bit. Plus, they're going to go on to Invoker here, and I'm a little bit late starting off. They're going to try to get a first kill onto Crystal Maiden, and now it looks like Vengeful Spirit is going to get freezed up. He is now looking a little worse, but maybe Venomancer is going to finish off. No, we got to deny. Invoker just denied Crystal Maiden, so really didn't lose a whole lot there. Anyways, we got Shadow Fiend going to be playing mid, and I assume it's going to be a roaming Vengeful Spirit. And on the other side, we got Morphling, Lifestealer, who's going to be in the jungle. Crystal Maiden, who might be roaming as well. Invoker is going to take mid, as he should. And we got a Lion, who's going to take the bottom lane. I don't think they've completely worked out their lanes yet, unless they're just roaming, going to do a whole lot of roaming. Venomancer being aggressive right now, eating a tree. He's got only one left, so he's probably already eaten another one. He's gonna deal with these illusions popped off from the rune that Invoker got early on, and Shadow Fiend pushes in. Shadow Fiend great in the mid lane, as you saw one of my casts with the dude Sing Sing. He played Shadow Fiend really well. Morphling getting his own lane, which is good for him. He needs a lot of farm. And Vengeful Spirit's going to play against him. It looks like Vengeful Spirit is not going to be roaming, and it looks like Venomancer is going to be roaming, I guess. And this lane is pretty solid right now here with Hannah Montana and Clinks. Hannah Montana doesn't really need a lot of doesn't really need a whole lot of levels. Just needs to get Fissure and his abilities up, and it looks like they're going to try to go on to him. We got a Lion coming out with a stun. You got the roaming Venomancer to come in, Fissure to go, and Venomancer takes out the last hit. Should probably give him to Clinks, but whatever. It's whatever, man. We got denies. I like Shadow Fiend's voice. His laugh just warms your soul. Yeah, Morphling top lane. So what does it look like for team fight right now? Crystal Maiden is going to be pulling the creep wave back, so denying experience to Vengeful Spirit, who really doesn't need lanes, just needs to make sure that they don't completely lose this top lane. It's hard lane to solo, because you don't have the safety of your own jungle. And Vengeful Spirit going to come in. They have their own wards, so they probably see this coming. Well, Vengeful Spirit sees this coming. Yeah, they got two warriors going to block off that camp to stop this pulling nonsense. He doesn't want that to keep happening. And Lifestealer is going to sit in the jungle, like you should. Invoker level 4 versus level 4 EG. Let's see, what do they got for last hits right now? We got Shadow Fiend at 18, Invoker with 4, so Shadow Fiend is winning this lane. Invoker needs a solo lane to get up all these abilities down here, and to feed into his other ones. He's gonna go on to Shadow Fiend right now, doing a little bit of cold snap, but Shadow Fiend's able to get away. Gonna still be aggressive, sitting on the top over here. Pops off a double damage rune, gonna deal a ton of damage to Invoker. Invoker, this right click is very powerful now that he has Necromancy with 19 spirits, or Spirit Souls is what they call it. Venomancer waiting here. Venomancer is still level 1, but that Venomous Gale is able to slow down. Very powerful. And he's going to raise, and teleport in to save him. And now they're going to go on Venomancer, who shouldn't be able to live through this at all. At a Hex, Stun, Life Stealer, and Invoker Shadow walks himself out of damage, out of harm's way. He's going to have to go back, and Lion's going to take this middle lane, which leaves bottom lane open. Clinks is going to be getting some good farm here. So anyways, now I'm going to try to talk about team fight, and hopefully nothing happens. So let me make some guesses right here. Obviously we got a lot of stun coming out from Earthshaker, who can just hold down a team for a little while, a good long time with Echo Slam plus Aftershock plus Fissure plus Totem, because the Aftershock is going to add stun, a little bit of a stun to every ability, all your other abilities. Now Venomancer can probably set off his ultimate, deal damage that way. Vengeful Spirit doesn't have a need to swap anyone particularly, like an Enigma, but is going to be able to hold down at one specific hero really good. So just like this, slow plus Magic Missile is going to hold you down pretty hard. But Crystal Maiden also able to slow very well. One more, she doesn't have her Crystal Nova, is not going to be able to pop off, but she's going to go down to Vengeful Spirit. And now Venomancer is probably going to look for something right now. No, it looks like they're not going to be able to go on to Morphling. So it looks like Clinks is just going to be their push. That is what Clinks is good at. He's good at running in, pushing a lane, taking down a tower like a truck. That's what he does. So if they can do 4v5, or they can just let Clinks roam around, Clinks will just roll through them, roll through the dire side. And Shadow Fiend is also, he doesn't lock down anyone. So if, Fissure and Echo Slam can send off, then you get Requiem of Souls. That's a ton of AoE damage. And then they have like a specific stun, and then Venomancer to set off his AoE Poison Nova. That would be a team fight right there. And it looks like on this side, the dire side, we have Crystal Maiden, who's going to be good at team fight. She can deal a lot of AoE damage and hold people down. And it looks like they're going to go into Morphling right now. Morphling is going to look pretty bad. That slow is just so long. You just can't get away from it. And he's going to go down to Venomancer. Venomancer should not be stealing these kills right here. He doesn't need them. Unless he wants to carry, which is lame in my opinion. But that's what he's going to do. Invoker good. It just, seeing a lack somewhere and filling it in. He needs a lot of early levels too, though, and they're gonna finish off this tier 1 tower. That's not gonna be a problem at all. Life Stealer is his own. He's just a tank, really. He deals tons of damage. Lion, another single hero, can deal a little bit of stun with this spike, and then Hex, so he can slow them down for Life Stealer. So that combination is pretty strong, and then plus Crystal Maiden able to slow down a couple heroes, but mostly just one. So Lion stunning first, then hexing, then Crystal Maiden stunning with Frostbite and Crystal Nova. That will hold them down long enough to get one hero with Life Stealer. But that sort of lends well to team fights that you need to worry about one specific hero, and then if you take out that one specific hero, then you're good, like Ursa or Anti-Mage or something like that. But I suppose if they take out Shadow Fiend before he's able to deal a ton of damage, that would work. And then that would leave them with a weaker team fight because they don't have that carry. But it looks like he's going to get fissured and blocked off right here. He's going to deal a stun to hit both of them, which is nice, but not going to be able to run away from Clinks. I would argue that it looks like, it looks like a gank-oriented lineup on the dire side. I would argue. I don't think they're going to be able to carry late game. Though they could, since there's only really, all the heroes balance off. Yeah, so they could carry it in the end because they have a Morphling and Lifestealer, and Invoker can deal a lot of damage in late game team fights. And here we go. We got some little action coming out onto Vengeful Spirit. He's out of position right now. But they're not going to get another stun off or slow. So yeah, they do have Lifestealer and Morphling who can finish off a Shadow Fiend pretty quickly if he gets locked down. And then Clinks just can't really survive in a team fight, but he can run through you like a truck if he surprises you. They're going to go on Invoker right now, or it just looks like Venge is going to go on Invoker right now. He's going to get hit by the EMP, going to swap himself out to try to get some more damage off to Shadow Fiend, but Shadow Fiend is not interested, and Invoker finishes her off with a Tornado. And now they're going to go on to Shadow Fiend, who's caught out. We got the slow coming out from Lifestealer. He's going to set off his BKB action, and the ultimate coming out from Universe to try to deal a lot of damage, but he doesn't have the support he needs to be able to handle that team fight, and he goes down. And ooh, we got a killing spree. Venomancer got Lifestealer, but he cost himself his life. So that killing spree gold goes away. He really wants to finish off these kills, but I just don't see the need, personally. And this Morphling is just going to get free farm top lane, which is good for him. 40 last hits versus Clinks has also 40, but Universe has 70, and Universe is the most farm in the map. That's going to be that's a strong point towards the Dire side. Sorry, the Radiant side. We're going to push in this middle tower, so they know that they cannot finish this late game. They're going to try to take it early game, which they do have the advantage right now. We got Cold Snap coming out onto Vengeful Spirit, and they got a stun coming out onto Shadow Fiend, who's going to go down yet again. 4v1 isn't gonna work out for you. Venomancer gets away. This middle lane is now focused on. That leaves the bottom lane for Hannah Montana and Clinks to push in. For Clinks, it's a Clinks. Yeah, so Morphling, they would be able to have it with Lifestealer and Morphling, but they're not farming enough to be able to fight against what the Radiant lineup has going for it so far. So hopefully maybe they'll be trying to win more team fights, and we'll see how it goes. I don't see one obvious strategy occurring yet, developing yet. They were doing a little bit of roaming. They're definitely doing roaming with Venomancer. And he is able to deal off a lot of stun, and that poison sting is what he maxed out, so he can deal a lot of damage over time, and slow on top of that. So Venomance Gale plus slow coming out from there. They get it popped off of Dust, which is important because he Shadow walks away, and now Cold Snap coming out onto him. Invoker's going to get away, but Lifesteal is going to come in, trying to go on Venomancer as much as they can. Crystal Maiden coming in, going to freeze up Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend sends off his ultimate, catches himself Crystal Maiden, and then Venomancer is able to get away, leaving nothing for Lifestealer, and Lifestealer is finished off. And this bottom lane pushed in. They've been able to handle the fight 3v whatever the Dire throws at them, so that leaves the bottom lane to be pushed and Clinks to be able to farm. Already has Oblivion Staff, has 2 Oblivion Staffs. He's going for his Orchids. And this top lane's going to be pushed out a little bit by Morphling, who needs to get back. He's got 2 heroes coming for him. Nope, they're not coming for him. Just Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit's going to try to push him back, while EG.Universe, he's going to push in the middle lane. He has 2v1 right now. He's not going to go in on that one because Lifesteal can come out of the jungle at any point. And Montana going back. Yeah, I don't see a specific strategy coming out. They're just trying to take out towers as quickly as they can, not by really using pushing powers, just sort of taking team fights, winning them, and then pushing in the lane. So they don't have something like a Broodmother or a Chen or an Enchantress to just, you know, have more units. And it looks like Vengeful Spirit's going to get caught off right now. Venomancer coming in. And Crystal Maiden is finished off by a magic missile. And now Morphling has too much damage on him from this Venomancer. This roaming thing is working out for them. And Venomancer is going to go on Invoker. Invoker's going to Cold Snap him. As he deals damage, he's going to stun him up. He goes into the woods to try to save himself. EG.Universe not blinking and teleporting in. And yep, some more. Invoker's going to go away. Invoker can't take that. This bottom lane is going to be pushed out by Lifestealer and Lion. EG.Universe has 105 last hits with 15 minutes. 15 minutes and over 100 last hits. So he is farmed as the Jesus. So we have going on Lion right now from Lifestealer, Earthshaker, but Clinks is finished off with a finger, and now Hanna Montana is out of position, but gets swapped away. Lifestealer is going to try to finish him off. Vengeful Spirit finishes off Lion. Another Fissure coming out, and does it look like he cannot get him? And Vengeful Spirit needs to finish this off. One more here. Click. Come on, hit him before he gets out. He's going to get away. It looks like Earthshaker went down. So they lost that team fight, but valiant effort. So close. Career action. With all that farm, Universe has, at 15 minutes, has a Black King Gabar, Bottle, Power Treads, and himself his obligatory magic wand. Versus Morphling, who needs to be farming against him, only has 2 slippers of agility, Perseverance, which I'm not sure what he's trying to build with that. I have to look it up because I'm a noober. He's going to build up his Linked Sphere. Yeah. Still has to do something with that. Those slippers of agility, though, which he can turn into not much. Probably just get rid of those. I don't really think he needs a poor man's shield. And now we have Clinks going in. He's got all of his points on Skeleton Walk. His orb is now maxed as well. Strafe will probably be next, and his ultimate. He's going to go right onto Lifestealer now. Takes off his armlet. Is able to get a little bit of health back. Lion coming in to stun him up. And now Clinks needs to get away because he is not going to win that fight. He was so close to Lifestealer, but Lifestealer going to take a lot of damage back. And now the magic missile coming out of Lifestealer finishes him off. We got Morphling coming in. Venomancer going to deal off his ultimate. And they're going to try to go on this a little bit disjointed, but Clinks is able to take out Lion while Fissure comes in to stop them down and finishes off Invoker. This Venomancer ultimate is still dealing damage, but they're going to have to back away. EG.Universe down here farming. That's the game. Blade of Alacrity. What does that do? Blade of Alacrity. Looks like he's going... Oh, I don't know. Does Aghanims work on him? I never really played Shadow Fiend. Diffusal? I would guess Diffusal to slow him up. I don't think he really needs a Mantis style, although he could get it. We'll see if my guess is right. If you just notice, he switched up his power treads. He keeps switching them off as he needs them. Important to remember that you can do that. That is a lot of points. That's 8 points to your select attribute. So if you have power treads and you're not using that, well, just use it. Plainly. Lifestealer needs protection right now to be in his jungle because they know that they don't know where the Radiant are, and they're going to find themselves where Venomancer is. Venomancer blocking himself into the trees. Looks like they're going to line up to go. Let's see, Crystal Maiden going the wrong way for the initiate, and they're not going to initiate, but okay. We got Sandmancer coming in with the slow, is able to initiate. Slowing down Venomancer from Lifestealer. Echo Slam coming in. Totem, Fissure, a lot of damage, and Venomancer takes out Lifestealer, and just able to blink away for Morphling, and he's morphing everything he can into strength right now to be able to save himself. Now the Crystal Maiden going to stun up Send a Vengeful Spirit, then a Hex onto him, and now Morphling goes down to Hannah Montana. That's the stun that I was talking about. Able to lock him down for a long time. Cold Snap going out onto Clinks, and he's going to have to back away. But EG.Universe coming in and going to finish off Lion without a problem. Fissure slowing them up and just melting. Just melting Invoker. Oh, levels like here. EG.Universe level 15, way higher than anyone else. So he is now a veritable freight train. He's a freight train able to deal damage to the entire team. Now with his BKB, it's not going to be much of a problem if he needs to go in. Lifestealer does not have enough damage to be able to deal with all the burst. The Lifestealer needs more damage to be able to get more lifesteal in, but with all the burst damage coming out from Shadow Fiend, plus all of the stun that Hannah Montana has been hitting, he's not going to be able, he's going to be locked down for too long. And here we have Venomancer continuing to play, continuing his carry role, only 1 point of Venomous Gale. Plague Wards. A little bit of Plague Wards, mostly on his ultimate. So he's been doing well with this carry lineup. Can't argue with it. Oh, we got Clinks is going to be taking out Crystal Maiden, and Crystal Maiden's going to be pretty weak right now, so that Earthshaker stun combo with the train-like damage coming out from Clinks is going to be able to finish off a lot of... going to be able to deal with any hero that is weak. Well, not weak, but like is squishy. And we're going to push in this bottom lane. I guess I just like to see, I like to see Venomancer used as a support more than a carry. And we got EMP coming out, taking out half the mana points of Shadow Fiend. He only needs 75 times 3. Oh, math. Now I'm going to look like an idiot because I don't want to do that math in my head, but he's still able to take up all of... He's still able to use up 3 raises, which is what he needs. He's going to pop off the BKB, take out a Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden now cannot keep feeding like that. This is the last game I saw with I casted with Mouse Sing Sing playing Shadow Fiend, just focused down on the Crystal Maiden. And the Dire don't have a lot of options right now. They need to, they can't get out of their base and they need farm. The Dire team needs farm badly. Blinking in right now, we got Fissure is able to, we got Totem and Aftershock to lock him down, Fissure to finish him off with Venomancer. There he goes down. There's more coordination on the Radiant side than on the Dire side, which is helping them out. If they continued their, I think if they continued their roaming game early on, the Dire, they would have had a little bit more success. But they sort of beat around the bush with the roaming. Crystal Maiden is a good roamer. So is Vengeful Spirit though. And it looks like they're just gonna push on this. So, yep, I was right. Was I wrong? EG.Universe picks up a Manta style. Venomancer's got a double blink dagger, drum of endurance, phase boots. Still not looking so great. We got Morphling is not able, just only was able to get the ultimate orb and the perseverance, wasn't able to finish off his Lincoln Sphere. Nothing on the Crystal Maiden, which really that's not much to talk about. Crystal Maiden shouldn't really have too many items. She should be playing support, getting wards, things like that. Lion has the wards right now. He also doesn't have much farm at all. Lifestealer looking pretty, he just only has his armlet, basically. And Venomancer is, look, they're going to look for a kill. They're going to gather up top lane. EG.Universe, they're just looking at each other, waiting for the creep wave. Raze takes it out. Plink Echo Slam. Totem finished off with the right clicks, and they're going to find themselves a, Life Stealer who is swapped out by Vengeful Spirit. He did get away from the fissure because he popped off his magic immunity, but wasn't able to avoid that swap. And now Crystal Maiden trying to deal with the creep wave in the center here. And they're gonna finish off this tier 1 tower. They cannot. Clinks is being the train he is, and we got a Manta style on Shadow Fiend, who's able to deal tons of damage as well, which is what they needed. They wanted to push it, so I guess that's why he went Manta style. That really helps him push things down quicker, because he didn't want this to go late game, which is a good idea. More interesting to watch. You know, farm versus farm isn't not a whole lot you can say. It's just like, you know, yeah, they're gonna farm and they're gonna farm, and well, whoever farms fastest is gonna win. But they're gonna take it. They just rotated the entire 2 sets. They were able to take out that middle barracks earlier, but they are pretty much uncontested right now, and it looks like Lion is gonna disconnect from the game. They're just gonna have an ultimate in the. Nope, he stops his ultimate. Fissure gets nothing. Yeah, they're just gonna have some some fountain fun while they wait for the creep wave. Here it is right now, and they're gonna continue going. Finish off. Shadow Fiend's gonna finish off Life Stealer, and Earthshaker is gonna deal as much damage as he can by himself, but he's gonna need to back off because 2 towers is too much to deal with. And it looks like Venomancer is going to be finished off right here. He goes down. Now we just have Shadow Fiend making sure that they don't leave. And middle tower goes down. Venomancer buys back into the game just to be alive while it ends, I would suppose. You can pop off his Manta style in 2 seconds. Is he going to do it? Nope, he's just going to finish off an Invoker while they take the Ancients. And yeah, he has a Ghost Scepter now to stop that, stop damage. There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching that as well. Love is dead, and I'll be signing off.